Hello and welcome to this week's podcast on the Elf City task set. I'm Mod Matt, the podcast monkey, and with me I have...
I'm Mod Giara, and I was content QA briefly on the task set.
So, what is a task set? Because this has been really heavily anticipated by the community.
Yeah, so a task set, aka achievement diary.
Oh yes, because we don't call them task sets anymore, do we?
We do internally because that's what they were called previously, but now they're called achievement diaries.
Yeah.
So they are a collection of individual tasks or achievements that you have to complete, and they're broken down into 4 stages. And when you complete all of them, you get a nice reward.
Right,
Various different rewards.
So these are all Elf City related ones.
These are there's easy and medium.
Right.
And they are in the Elven land, so they are in Turamwin and Gletcher and the Poison Waste and sort of that sort of section.
Yeah.
And then the Hardened Elite are inside the city itself.
Okay, so what's included in the task set? Do you have an almighty list of tasks?
I do have an almighty list of tasks, right?
Which Mod Bond will no doubt complain as we rustle some papers.
I'm sure he will, yeah.
But we will be rustling papers, so
I will rustle as little as possible. So we've got various different things that you would expect from Elven lands. One of them, for example, is to pass a leaf trap successfully.
Right. Okay.
Classic leaf traps within the Elven lands.
So relatively simple, that one.
Yeah, that one comes into the easy section. So the easier ones are, well, easier. But but considering that it is quite mid to high level content anyway, compared to something like the Lumbridge task set, your average player that's been in the game for 5 days won't be able to come and do this.
You'll have to have done some elf content probably. Yeah,
you have to get through Underground Pass quest and then make your way into the Elven land, and then you can start doing and exploring. In fact, one of the tasks is to pass through the Underground Pass again. Right. Because there'll be players that have done it years and years ago. Yeah. That won't.
Well, it's been
have been there
redone, hasn't it?
It has. We did it graphically just before the launch of Plague's End quest, in anticipation of the sort of you have to foray into there during the quest. But no, I mean we've got teleports to lots of different places around the Elven lands now, so older players will have not been in there for a while. So it was a good excuse to force them back in.
Okay. So what kind of things are in the other levels then? So things like passing a leaf trap is in the easy level. What's in the medium or the hard or the elites?
So medium, we've got sort of stuff to do with the Death Altar, the Temple of Light, some more stuff to do with creating some bows and that sort of thing, and the higher level stuff like fishing sharks near the elf camp. You've got to pass a poison bolt trap, which requires a higher level agility than a leaf trap, so we've got a little bit of progression there. Various other things within the forest itself.
Okay, and into hard?
In hard, you go into the city itself. The hard tasks, quite a lot of them are focused around the Voice of Seren. Right, okay. There is an individual task for different Voices of Seren, and you have to do a related activity to that clan while under that effect. Okay. So you've got kill a Kadan ranger or mage while under the effect of the Kadan using a crystal bow. Right, okay. While under the effect of the Kadan Voice of Seren. And then the elite ones themselves are all quite high. There's quite a lot of very, very difficult tasks in there that require... One of them is to unfurl a max guild flag or jump for joy if you've already done that. Right. So that requires a 99. So any 99. That one is pretty difficult, but a harder one than that is to create a level 90 milestone cape using a loom within Priftness. Right, so a 90 milestone cape requires you to have 90 in every single skill. Right, okay. So that's pretty high level. Yeah. So each task set, or every task set historically, comes with kind of unique rewards. Yes. What have we rolled out this time? This time around we've got a quiver. Right. A very elven themed quiver. It goes in the quiver slot. It is required to unlock certain parts of the rewards, but there's also various passive rewards as well. It has a prayer bonus on it, which is nice. It doesn't currently hold any arrows, but we are planning to fix that, I believe. I'll come to that question. You come to that question later. Yeah. I'm jumping the gun. Let's go back. No, that's right. But there's 4 different stages, the same as previous task set rewards: easy, medium, hard, and elite. So upgrades as you go. Yes.
And it's got lots of little effects attached with it, hasn't it? Like passing leaf traps, I think.
One of them, if you pass, you can click over leaf traps rather than having to actually click on it to perform it. You just click on the mini-map or click on the game world, and it will just automatically jump you on its own, which is quite clever, quite nice.
Yeah, so it's a nice upgrading item. So what does the top level do for you then?
While you're wearing the top level quiver, one of the best things is you can go into the photo booth near Falador, and you can adjust your character to, it puts almost like a glimmer on you that lets you take your picture for the forums as any one of the 8 elven lords and ladies.
Oh, nice.
So you can.
So you got a glamour.
Yeah, it's quite awesome. You can be Lord Kadan, you can be Lord Trahan.
That's really nice, isn't it? I have a feeling it would be quite popular.
I think the people that have already unlocked it are quite enjoying it. Being the sort of the elite people that have already done it. I was quite annoyed because I had Lord.
You already had one of them.
I had one. I sneakily snuck it in there as a JMod special, but
not anymore.
Now I have to pick someone else.
Oh.
I'm going to do that later. Actually, I'm going to choose something and be it. You also get a double crystal blossom harvest from your crystal tree.
Wow.
Which is pretty good because obviously you need those blossoms to make perfect plus potions, which are really, really, really awesome skilling potions.
Yeah.
So if you can make them more efficiently, then that's a win. And 5% damage against dark beasts.
Okay. So we've got some, obviously, we read the forums and Reddit and social media, and we obviously get feedback from players, and there are a few key questions that I thought might be nice for us to cover off.
Sure.
While we're sitting chatting.
Go for it.
So, there's been a number of players who've said they're finding some of the tasks really hard, like the Rush of Blood task. Some of the elite tasks are really pushing them. What's our kind of feeling about that?
None of the tasks that we've asked you to do this time are any more difficult than we've already put on complicate requirements.
Yeah.
So for the Rush of Blood ones, for example, as you said, they can all be achieved in the practice mode. So we didn't think it was fair to say you have to do this one in the reward run mode because you can only do that once a week.
Yeah.
We're like, just let them do it in the practice mode because they are quite tough.
Yeah.
They are quite tough. So you can give it as many goes as you like. It's a safe death mini game, so you won't die if you fail. And so it's just a matter of practice and
get better and
practice and perfect, and will make yourself perfect eventually.
But the task for elite should be difficult, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the thriftiness is very high level content as it is, and therefore the nature of it means that an elite task in thriftiness might be more difficult than an elite task for say Draenor or something like that, which is lower level areas.
Okay. And the quiver, we've already mentioned the quiver.
Yes, so I jumped the gun.
Not at all. Well, one of the comments, one of the pieces of feedback we've seen, obviously, is that the quiver doesn't hold any arrows or bolts at the moment.
Yeah.
And that's been a source of controversy.
It has.
And what's the team's thought on that at the moment?
We've got. We'd love to do and eventually make it so that it can hold arrows. I think that it was initially something that we wanted to do and just had to prioritise making sure that the other rewards were excellent first.
Yeah.
And then we can. It's something that's definitely possible.
So it's an upgrade we're planning to add to it.
I'm pretty sure that Mod Osborne would like to make it so that it actually displays as well, because the concept art for it is really awesome.
Yeah.
And graphically it looks really nice. And having a quiver is something that is iconic to a ranger. It's
iconic to a ranger and iconic to the elven look as it is.
Yeah. So it is something that we can. Again, it's not within the realms of the impossible.
Okay.
It's just we will.
So it's something we're looking at and working on. Cool. Elven spells and prayers. So one of the pieces of commentary that's been flying about is, where are the elven spells and prayers? I was sure they were coming with a task.
So this is
achievement diary, as we should be calling it.
This is something that I annoy Dave about nearly daily because I really want these as well.
Well, you sit opposite him at the moment,
I
don't
do,
you?
yeah.
So you can throw things under monitors at each other.
I give him a kick under the desk.
And you've got big feet, let's face it.
Yeah. Sometimes his box of Elfborn costume gets in the way, which he keeps.
That's my costume.
Is that your, sorry,
yeah.
I'm sorry, man.
Don't kick my costume.
I'm kicking your costume. I apologise.
It's all right.
Yes, the Elven Spells and Prayers, we want to do them justice.
Yeah.
They want to be a big update.
Okay.
And so we're thinking that we're going to try and roll them into almost a batch 3 update for Elven City. Dave's mentioned a couple of times in podcasts and in live streams and videos that he's broken down them into sort of 3 categories: bug fixes, which are clearly bugs which need to be sorted and which we've been rolling out week on week, almost like ninja tasks, which we're going to pick up and deal with in smaller batches, and then the big batch 3 at the end, which is stuff that requires graphics time and development time and stuff that we really want to be able to do properly. And that we
really polish and shine. So when it comes out.
And I think that spells and prayers fall into that, along with perhaps crystal armor.
Okay.
Perhaps fall under that as well.
Crystal armor.
And other sort of things that, like I said, would require graphics time to make them really awesome.
Yeah.
And we've got to fit them into the schedule.
Cool.
In the future.
Okay. That's brilliant. So, last 2 questions now. What was your favourite task of the set? Which of the tasks that's on the list is your favourite?
Interesting. I'm not high enough level to do any in the city on my account, you see. So I'm going to go and pick an easy and a medium one to do. It's my favourite.
Okay.
Most likely the purchase a halberd from the Tyrus camp.
Okay.
And then go and kill an Ioworth, an elf. Get some revenge. They've got this long going sort of standing war where they're in the south and the north of the forest, and they're loggerheads with each other. So yeah, you can go.
You like the story aspects and like getting a bit of a.
I love my lore. I love getting revenge as well. So that one probably my favourite.
And after all the testing, what was the task you least want to do again?
Ooh, okay. Stuff with Hunter.
You're not a Hunter fan?
I'm not a Hunter fan. I probably trapping the. There is a good reward, obviously, that you can trap if you complete them all. Once you've done it, you can trap Grimwalls without the need of the bait. Yeah. So that's nice. So
it's lovely.
But in doing so, you have to use trap a Poya in the Elven lands. Using a papaya you have harvested from your own tree.
Yeah, and you'd rather not have to ever do that again.
No, rather not.
Well, thank you, Mod Giara, for coming in today.
Thank you.
And chatting about the achievement diary.
You're welcome.
And I hope to see you again soon.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.